Hi there. So the Plant vs Zombies community has been very divided over a new video that has dropped, the biggest installment to date in the Why Plant vs Zombies Died series. This is uploaded by Danerade, who I knew from his featuring VidiVid's Plant vs Zombies 2 tier list, as well as his eclise review, which I'll discuss a bit later on when we get to that. So yeah, this has probably been the biggest one to date. It's like I think it was 2.5 hours, something like that. Or over that. Nearly 3-hour documentary on the downfall of Plant vs Zombies. And good lord, this has been polarising. This has probably split the opinions of the Plant vs Zombies community more than pretty much all of the games combined. And people have been asking me to give my scoop on this, so that's what I'm doing today. And no, it's not just because I'm referencing this video twice. I'd kind of already thought about this before I even came up. That's because I missed the intro, which is a bit of my rant, sort of like made into a transition sort of thing, so that was pretty cool. So what do I think of the video overall? The documentary overall? Can't really say, there's too much to unpack there. So it starts off with like basically a review of every game. The Plant vs Zombies 2 one's much longer than the others, and probably for good reason of that, given how divisive it is. And like separated modern Plant vs Zombies 2 from the old one, which is probably fair. This part of the video, and all these things, I think is mostly well done. It's well researched. He's clearly played everyone, except Adventures of course, because who's played Adventures? I will say, I think he is tremendously biased in favour of the original game. I can't blame him in a way. Obviously it was the first one in the installment, it's basically got what everyone wants in a casual game. He did say that Plant vs Zombies 2 difficulty was very bad, and that's not wrong, but I'd rather that than Plant vs Zombies 1, which is just ridiculously easy, let's be fair. He like goes through each world, he has some pretty unbased takes there, cough cough modern day music. Other than that, that's most acceptable. There's also a lot of subjectivity there as well. There was quite a big EA versus PopCap bit, like in the middle and then back to it at the end as well. I will say, first of all, this is not just a generic EA bad PopCap good video before you all start going over there and crapping on it. It's way more nuanced than that. He's done his research, he's said that both sides are to blame, and honestly that is true. I've kind of presented it as if I think it's all on PopCap. Don't really think that anymore. I mean, I thought with some of the shooter games, EA had a bad influence on it regardless. But yeah, he at least cleared up the PopCap of the microtransactions and debunked the whole George fan thing. I mean, I say debunked, everyone knows that by now. He's just elaborating on that really. So at this point you might be thinking, oh, it's just opinion based, right? Surely this can't go wrong. He's got all his facts straight. I mean, yeah, he called the game pay to win, but I thought the way he did that was actually kind of good. He compared it to some other games. I think Clash of Clans was one of them, which I guess I can relate to, given I played that for a bit. Right now, it's probably the best of the Plant vs Zombies downfall videos. And then we get to the later sections, the community ones. Right, so here we are, might as well zoom in. There we go. The Roman numerals are throwing a lot of people off, including me, to be honest. Here it is, like, about 2 hours in. Here we go, the creators versus critics, because I think there's a lot wrong with this section, to say the least. If you don't know what I mean, alright, let's go through it.
And wrong individual who doesn't have your facts straight. If someone thinks the first game is superior for all these reasons, they're just nostalgia blind. If you review something that doesn't age great, you might as well die with it too.
Another thing worth mentioning, this video does feel like a counterculture in a way. He's aware that this whole micro-genre of downfall of Plant vs Zombies videos is not well liked in the Plant vs Zombies community. And it's liked to the point he's scared of criticising Plant vs Zombies 2 and praising the first game and stuff like that. And I can see why, that is fair enough, at least he knows what's going on, essentially. Yeah, this is it, creators versus critics. I need to turn the bloody volume down.
That the PVZ community sucks. Holy Christ.
I mean, he's not wrong, but let's be fair, what community doesn't suck? Like, the wrestling community is much worse than the Plant vs Zombies community, just saying.
A particular type of PVZ video I'm sure you've heard of. The downfall video. It's either A, how dare you call PVZ dead? Guys, it's kind of true. Or B.
Yeah, no it's not. I never understand like how much people are willing to call the game dead. The game has been going since 2009, and it's done well to last this long, to be honest. Nobody's going to be talking about Among Us in 2 years' time.
3 videos in particular seem to have received the most attention.
Oh yeah, this is one.
Milkman Steve's The Downfall of Plants vs. Zombies, Tears What Killed the Plants vs. Zombies franchise, and The Beaks' Why the Plants vs. Zombies series died. I contacted all of these creators. They all mentioned how getting information wrong in their videos disappointed them, which is a sentiment I also share. Do you know how deflating it is to spend all this time on one video only for someone in the comments to point out that you got one tiny detail wrong? We're only human, and making mistakes is natural and should almost be encouraged.
Okay, this entire bit here is definitely where the video starts to fall off. First of all, you are putting yourself out on the internet. People are going to criticise it, as you sort of find out later. Second of all, the beak is not even remotely comparable to the other two. Milkman Steve and Terror, like, those two guys did a mostly well-rounded videos. They did put the blame on EA, which Milkman Steve's video was one, I think it was the first of it, so by that point, pretty much everyone thought EA did the microtransactions. I think Terror's is alright though. He does mention that he got the least of the backlash. That's mostly because he like openly apologised for getting the information wrong, which I feel like a lot of the others just don't do. They are kind of stubborn when it comes to this sort of thing. Yeah, the beak is completely different. It feels like he's just a fan of Plants vs Zombies 1 back in the day. It's very obvious he's barely played past Ancient Egypt on PVZ 2. Whole video is littered with misinformation. A lot of times passed between his and Steve, so he could have easily done some better research on it.
People would not let these videos go. Whether they respond with a pinned comment stating the video is outdated or that they don't even like the video, it isn't enough. People will instinctually remember you as the downfall of PVZ guy.
Yeah, with Milkman Steve, since he is the sort of like populariser, I do think he does get a bit of a bad rep for that reason, which, yeah, I'd say that is a bit unfair. Yeah, Danerade's right on that one.
Creators had negative things to say about PVZ Heroes. To them, PVZ Heroes is an unappealing and uninteresting
From what I've gathered, Danerade actually likes Plants vs Zombies Heroes. I kind of skimmed through that section, given I have played it, just not that much.
Any take made by these creators did not go over well with someone. They all criticized the microtransactions of PVZ2 and how forced they all felt. The hip new thing is to defend PVZ2 to the grave, and attacking the game to any degree means you just don't get it.
I don't really agree with that point. Like I said, to an extent, there is some sort of counterculture, but at the same time, the biggest critics of Plants vs Zombies 2 at this point are the fan base, especially the modern state of it. Like, barely anyone defends that.
Milkman Steve stated that he had no intention of the video getting big, and while he was excited about his breakout video, it also drew in a lot more negativity when he just wanted to make a goofy PVZ video.
I mean, that would happen by default, surely, more people are aware of it.
Interesting of all were the Beaks' comments. The Beak experienced the worst backlash out of the three, and was unfortunate enough to experience a classic dislike bomb. Thank you, Reddit.
That is 100% deserved, though, for all the reasons I said before. Badly researched, badly edited. It's clear he doesn't have any actual passion for the game, and he just wanted to whore views because it's a popular topic and all that sort of thing.
The Beak said he wanted to experiment, which, is it warranted? Well, yes, kind of. The video isn't well researched, and it's got a lot of technical issues.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he wins
video.
back a few
Why
points.
does the PVZ2 footage look like it's half deep fried? You also
yes, exactly, that really annoyed me.
In PVZ2, isn't that what a sequel is supposed to do? Wouldn't it be weirder if they reused
the
tracks
music
from
slander
the
got
first
him
game?
a lot of
However,
backlash,
the
and for
Beak
good
looked
reason.
at the response. Additionally, the Beak mentioned on a personal note that he has a negative opinion about the video because of how much backlash there was. He's not traumatized, let me make that clear, but those like the Beak are stuck with the negative attention of his video. It doesn't go away. It will forever follow his YouTube career.
Okay, yeah, no, this bit can go f itself. Like, you see us trying to gaslight people who criticize the video into thinking that they're making an impact on their mental health and tarnishing their reputation. The Beak always seemed phony to me. It was questionable how he's got so many subscribers when he doesn't have that many views, aside from a few videos. I think he did buy quite a lot of them, and he's mostly known for essentially bullying the streamer Jellybean. So, like, I don't really have any sympathy for him there anyway. So yeah, like I said, not even remotely comparable to the other two. They are quite forgivable. One because how dated it is, and the other because he did apologise for it. The Beak absolutely has not done anything about that, so yeah, I'm not convinced.
They all feel no animosity or hatred, and do you know why? They didn't.
So what was that like last 2 minutes about then? What's the point of it?
Steve simply wanted to make a silly video about Plants vs Zombies. Terror was experimenting with a new video format.
That is true. I've seen a couple of other people. I think I saw someone say I should have put him higher on my EA bad PopCap good tier list because you use that clickbait title for like Activision or Supercell or whatever. That's just a video title really. Like, it's not something to be taken too seriously, so yeah, I've always defended him for that.
The creators of these videos did not make these PVZ videos out of hatred or vengeance for the franchise, or even EA. But
yeah, once again, I'm not convinced there for the Beak. That was mostly put out just to whore views, especially because his channel was struggling at that point. I don't know how it's doing now, I can't be asked to check. I just don't understand how anyone can even really defend that video. The other two, yeah, here's absolutely no. Yeah, well, I don't know. It seems a little hypocritical that he's getting on the case of the Plant vs Zombies community for not being able to accept criticism, but then he's not accepting criticism on these videos.
Sadly, though, the community won't let up, and people like Gold Ninja Vlogspot
Hey,
make
there
an
I
EA
am.
PopCap Good tier list video. Oh, fantastic.
If there wasn't enough of them, I wouldn't have done this. Yeah, suggested by our fans, so thanks for that, if I hadn't said it already. Also, yeah, I mispronounced his name in that video. That was kind of embarrassing. Right, Danerade. Hey, it's alright, you're not in the top 2 tiers. At the end of the day, yeah, I mean, I can't complain of getting featured here, given I was literally featuring other people's content and literally putting in a tier list, so yeah.
I ask that you sit down and reflect upon yourself. Maybe breaking down a video and critiquing each element with the most boring and monotone voice imaginable. Yeah, this video is bad. And
Wait, was that what I think it was?
yeah, this video is bad.
Yeah, I didn't notice that before. It's somehow featured Hey I'm Jay's old unlisted video now. That is now outdated because he did the oh, it's actually EA video.
These creators are outside the PVZ community and therefore don't possess the same encyclopedic knowledge.
I would agree with that
being an
if they'd done better
outsider
research.
brings with it. Us content creators are willing to own up to our mistakes, learn, and evolve. So maybe it's time for this community
Have those
to
three
do the
done that
same.
though? Well, the Beak certainly hasn't, but you've probably got bored of me talking about that now, so... Okay, here is the controversial bit, the bit that basically turned a lot of people off this video, after praising the first 2.25 hours, if that makes sense.
I have my grievances with this community. It all starts with one word: eclise. Shy Guy Mask and I, back in 2020,
that's
made
it.
videos on the PVZ2 mod Project Eclise, and we're paying the consequences. If you don't know, Eclise was a popular PVZ2 mod. When it was cool to hate PVZ2, the modding scene for the game began
Okay,
to
how cool to hate
expand and
PVZ2,
develop.
that
The
is...
selling point for these early
Yeah, fair
mods
enough,
was
playz.
we've removed the microtransactions. Ah, how noble of you, mod creator, considering adding microtransactions would be illegal. Most criticism is directed at its mod's creator, GoodP2. The history of GoodP2 is so extensive that discussing
wonder
it
who's
would
broken his
steer us
actions
too
down.
far off the course. I usually would direct you to a video discussing a topic in further detail, but this video, which I'm sure a handful of you have watched, is not good. It also comes from random, which so long.
Okay, that bit right there, that not a good look at all. First of all, I don't see what's up with the video. It's literally just stating facts about GoodP2, using lots of evidence and stuff he said. And then that bit there, I think I spoke to someone in the comment section about this. Apparently there were allegations against Random Chateau, but they were proven false, so there's literally no reason to put that in the video. That is straight up defamatory, to be honest.
GoodP2 remained controversial for profiting from his mod development, aggressive behavior toward other mods and people, and silencing criticism.
And
He
aren't you missing one big thing though? You know, the self-admitted racism. There's also the other sus comments as well. I'm not going to go into that because it's never proven or anything, and that could also be quite defamatory, but still.
You'd think we'd have mods that could fill in the shoes for Eclise, such as altverz and reflourished. They've got problems I won't get into.
Alright, this is the absolute controversy point of the video. This bit pretty much undid every single thing he said about the community in this entire section. First of all, reflourished and altverz are way more popular nowadays than eclise. That is literally not something you can argue. So gameplay wise they're really good, but people have beef with the mod teams. There's never been anything well documented about that. I think it is incredibly unfair to do the devs of these games like that, and that's come from me. You know that I'm a big fan of reflourished. I've done a video series on playing Steam Ages Part 2. Go watch that if you haven't already. Shameless plug. I don't know why I've still got the headset on. And bad for altverz, I personally find the mod kind of boring, and so I sort of stopped playing it after a while. But I think, yeah, it's still really unfair. People have worked a long time on this, and then you're just going to throw it out the window because apparently there's some beef in the community that you're not going to go into detail with. Like, this video's 2 hours and 46 minutes long. You spend like half of that going over the whole EA bad PopCap good debate. So what would be wrong with elaborating on this a bit more? And I have had a few issues with the Flourish community, but it's only a small part of it. It's not just people have beef with the mod teams. I genuinely get the vibe he's just salty about how badly his Eclise video aged and how that's not like the big mod anymore. Especially because he didn't really go into detail about GoodP2's actions. Updates, so he added a pinned comment like explaining his stance on the mods. He did sort of apologise for it, saying that he has nothing against mods, but he won't be playing them personally just because of his bad experience with Eclise. I mean, I guess do what you want with that information. In my opinion, it doesn't really explain the bit about beef within the altverz and reflourished community. But it's good that he said something though, I do appreciate that.
I can't believe you're praising good P2. No matter.
Yeah, I'll admit I might have gone a bit too far with that in the past. I had this one comment on his video that I guess I was proud of at the time.
I, or Shy Guy Mask, denounce, make fun of, or publicly exclaim that we do not stand by our eclise videos. They always come back Afton style.
Thing is, Shy Guy Mask definitely has done that. Like, he's got the whole copy paste you saw just then. And like, he added outdated to his title. Danerade, he's not done a comment updating it. He's not changed the title. He probably spoke about it in some other video, but like, that wasn't obvious to me. I didn't know until now, so yeah.
Regarding my video on eclise, I agree that it's terrible. I don't think enough people mentioned that I fairly criticized the mod. Everything else though, it's hard to watch. I can't go back.
I mean, okay, kind of like painted video in a more positive light, he no longer likes it, but that sort of begs the question, why not just delete the video at that point?
I was a 14-year-old using...
Okay, yeah, to be fair, I never knew about his age. I
I
probably wouldn't have gone
no
so
idea
hard
what
on
I
him
was
if I
doing.
knew that
Some
before.
moments here have also aged so poorly.
Did you add microtransactions to Plants vs Zombies too?
Yep, that aged poorly. Not just because the Ed and Eddie reference.
Community tearing itself apart, and I don't know why.
I kind of agree with the statement that the community is doing itself some disservice, but I think it's not for these reasons. I think there's a lot of gatekeeping in it as well, but I'm not going to go into that because I don't really need to explain everything, as he clearly hasn't.
Recent example is the feud between YouTuber...
Yeah, I'm going to skip over this
RCCH
because I have no idea what it's about.
So, as my final warning to the PVZ community, it's time to get out of this bubble of deflecting criticism made to your favorite PVZ game, making assumptions about us content creators, or just so vigorously fighting till the end to tell people why EA bad, PopCap good. I am speaking not just for myself, but for my friends who have dealt with the brigade of comments and backlash over primarily inconsequential actions. Grow up, PVZ fans.
Yeah, that bit there absolutely reeks of arrogance. He's talking about deflecting criticism made, yet he seems to be struggling with criticism against his pro-eclise video, no matter how outdated he claims it to be. Also, I'm still not sure where he's getting this whole, the deflecting criticism of every game thing from. Like, I've not seen many Plant vs Zombie 3 defenders at all, just for the record. Like, whether it's the first or second version, which obviously are in this video, but I haven't gone through them due to lack of knowledge. So yeah, I think these sections overall were very scummy and have not done the community justice at all, which he probably wasn't trying to do, let's be real. But yeah, it seemed like he's highly trying to manufacture stuff to paint a certain image. They even accused PMix of being an EA bad PopCap gooder earlier on in the video by taking his video out of context.
EA ruined PVZ 2.
As I said earlier on, if this entire section was taken out, I think this would be by far the best Plant vs Zombies retrospective / downfall video. The EA versus PopCap thing's balanced, the reviews on each game is quite good, the community thing though, absolutely not. So that's all I have to say really. I might edit stuff in if I think of more. So I've been Golden Ninja Vlogspot. Thanks for watching this video, and by the way, if you made it this far, do not go onto this video and say, oh, I came out from GMBS to tell you you're wrong, because that's not a community I want to cultivate. Anyway, thanks for watching, bye. Hold on, there's one comment I want to go back on quickly.
After the game came out, General Manager Alan Murray